White MAGA women are truly some of the worst people that this movement has produced because they weaponize their gender to make all of the misogyny and the psychopathy feel like it has some sort of maternal blessing to it. And here's Megyn Kelly, and this is her opinion about seeing a person beat up like a gang. Alex Preddy was beat up by 8 people and then shot 9 times. And this is what she has to say about it.
I know I'm supposed to feel sorry for Alex Preddy, but I don't. I don't. Do you know why I wasn't shot by Border Patrol this weekend? Because I kept my ass inside and out of their operations. It was very simple. If I felt strongly enough about something the government was doing that I would go out and protest, I would do it peacefully on the sidewalk without interfering via a whistle, via shouting, via my body, via any other way. I would make my objections known by standing there without interfering, because interfering is where you go south. And laying hands on a police officer trying to, or Border Patrol officer or ICE officer trying to conduct a law enforcement operation is a felony. And now you are going to get arrested. And if you do anything that resembles resisting, you're in serious trouble.
Okay. This coming from a woman that supports a movement that had a violent insurrection on January 6th, where cops were beat up and killed. This coming from a woman that whitewashes, as a lot of white evangelicals do, the age of consent, and somehow making the age of these girls that Jeffrey Epstein raped at 14 or 15 some sort of loophole that they weren't technically children. She has millions and millions of views. But I can tell you from personal experience, this type of, I don't care because it didn't affect me and my family, is ubiquitous in white evangelical circles. This craven lack of empathy and lack of humanity is something in which these types of groups take immense pride. They take pride in having this type of position. The moral duplicity of we support the police, we support Jesus, we support America, rah, rah. And then when it's somebody who opposes them politically, they're fine with them getting executed.
Well, and here's the thing. I grew up in that. That's how I was raised. You are better than, you have moral superiority. But I've also thought a lot about how I was indoctrinated religiously. It goes with victim shaming. Victim shaming and how I was raised go hand in hand. If there's a sexual assault, you blame what was being worn by the female so that you excuse the conduct of the man. Somehow she brought this on herself. So when I first saw this clip, that's where my head went to. She's victim blaming. He's exercising a constitutional right and she's victim blaming. Because the way I was raised, it's okay to do that because you would never be in that situation. And she says that if I were doing that, I would do it differently. I would do it better because I am better. So it just, the victim shaming and blaming that we're seeing through all of this on the MAGA right makes me think of how I was raised with evangelical Christianity.